After you receive the system, you check carefully and install the battery from the bank. After the battery was ring out, you can use the rechargeable battery to replace this one, or you can buy new battery, follow your use. For the battery, if long time you are not using the system, you need to take out the battery and forbid the liquid leaking out to destroy the system. And then you install the electrode, tie it properly. This will finish the installation. When the first time use, you can do the setting first, and at the same time you check about the function of each button. Follow the menu, and first time use, you press the turn on button until you show the functional page. Then for the P diesel is about printer, you don't need to pay attention. Then you go to P1. P1 is clear your data, so you must be very careful to treat this one. If you want to enter, you can enter, but you must be very carefully about this P1.0 because it will clear all your saving data. So you read about the manual carefully to pay attention about P1.0. Then you go to P2.0. P2.0 is sent about the unit. You can enter, can check about the temperature, can use either source grid or another one. After you finish the setting, you click enter. You go to the DO. DO can use either ppm or milligram per liter. So you can choose one based on your inquiry. After you finish the setting, you click enter to confirm. Then you go P3.0. P3.0 is about the pressure and the salinity coefficient. This one will be used when your water is not fresh water. It's like you have salt or seawater. Then you must enter this value. And if your latitude is not under sea level, you can refer to the table to send this pressure either in millimeter mercury, height, or the key Pascal. After you send this one, you go and send the solid value. Follow your testing about your seawater or your salty water. You can use up and down to send the value. Then after you finish the setting, you click enter to confirm this value. This coefficient value is only testing when your solution have special inquiry. In ordinary, if your test is fresh water, you don't have to use this function. And go P4.0 is ready. This one, you enter, you can choose either or off. This one will give you the indication during your testing. If you choose on, then ready will show up when the value is ready to be read. So you can make it to be on or off, follow your own experience. After you finish setting, you can click enter. Go to P5.0 is to send the auto switch time. You can send this time, follow your inquiry, or you refer back to manual to see how long you would like to send this value to be. This one, you can send either 20 or 40 is follow your testing condition. This is used to save the battery. Minimum is 20. I send as 20 now, and if you want to increase, you can increase it. After finish setting, you click enter and go another one. This one is for the first time setting. You can send the time. Today is 2022. Enter. year 22, month 05, date 08. After you finish setting the time, I can enter. Now hour 8. This time setting you have to do is the first time, or after you replace new battery, you have to set the time from P6.0. So you don't need to send the previously. You can go directly to P6.0 to send the time. Then go P7.0 is sent value. This is related with the memory as installed here. So for the memory you are installed now is 4.8. So you use this value all the time unless you replace your memory into a new type. At that moment you have to send your memory value, follow the new inquiry of the memory. Then go 0.8.0 is about check about the last calibration. Last calibration is do what time and what is the slope value of the last time, at the temperature when you do the last calibration. After you finish checking, this is just a history record, so it's not very important for setting. Go P9.0. This one, after you finish testing or do a little while, you must very careful to enter this one, because this one is for turn back to the default value or reset the system. So this one need to be very careful. After you finish checking all the parameters you have to do, you can use this ESC key to exit the system. Then finish all the setting. After finish the setting, you can click turn off. If you don't need to do any setting when the first time use, you can click this one to turn on your system. If you are using in very dark place, you can click both this one, turn on the light. This light will continue for 10 seconds for you to check your value at the dark place. You can see here is ready to sparkle. When the time is ready, it will show ready as a constant. When it's ready to use, it will stay constant. At the first time use, when you turn on the system, if you find the error is more than plus minus 0.5, you have to do the calibration. During do the calibration, you soak the electrode inside pure water. You can use DI water or pure distilled water, much better. Soak it in pure water, rinse it properly, soak for about 2 minutes. Then you take out the electrode. Then you can start to do the calibration. After you soak the electrode, you can do the calibration, and value will be showing for you ready to be calibrated. When the value is ready, then you click enter. When you click enter, it will automatically calibrate it into 100. This one I will do again together with you when we are doing the training. Or you can do the calibration yourself every time when the system is not turned to 100%. When you turn on the system for about 15 minutes, you can preheat your system when the value is not 100%. before your testing. So after it finished the calibration, you can start your testing. When you start to test to use this one, you check about the membrane. Make sure the membrane is in good condition. If it's not in good condition, you can replace it. Follow the manual. Then you check about the electrolyte solution level. Make sure the solution is enough to cover all the electrode. If not enough, you can turn on the screw and refill the electrolyte solution with the provided syringe. After everything is ready, you can start to test your solution. The only thing you need to pay attention, if you are testing in a container, you make sure the membrane was under good protection. There's no sharp device when you attach the membrane into the solution. Pay attention to the application temperature and humidity of the system. And also, if you want to soak this one in wild condition, you make sure this one is not drop into the bottom of the water resource like the lake or the river to forbid the mud to be got contamination on the surface of the membranes. This is all about the hardware. And after you finish the use, you can follow the manual to install the software on your computer. Then you connect your device with your computer to save your data out and start your editing or the recording or the plotting of your data.